Comicsgate propagandist Dan Lawless is one of the vocal few in the CG inner circle who parrots the quote-unquote good art takes time mantra. He's done this on multiple occasions on X. In principle, yes, good art can take time. One example of this is the Sistine Chapel in Vatican City. This iconic masterpiece, painted by Renaissance legend Michelangelo, was started in 1508 and completed in 1512, a 4 to 5 year period. But this was a ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, not a friggin' comic book. Ethan Van Sciver has received criticism over the years for not fulfilling his books in a timely manner. As of this video, May 2025, his Red Planet campaign is still flooded with customers not receiving their books or products. Red Planet is completed and can be purchased directly in any convention that Ethan attends, which is what I did. No wait time for me. But Rainbow the Brute, a parody book that was supposed to be released in December of 2021, is not even completed, which means it took 4 years to draw 30 pages with 18 pages left. Remember, Michelangelo took 4 years to paint the entire ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. And the third Cyberfrog book, Red Extermination, was due to be released on December 2024 and is nowhere near completed. As a matter of fact, the update section for Red Extermination is filled with updates for his other campaigns, including head sketches for his Red Planet Indiegogo campaign that are still not completely fulfilled. Good luck getting an honest-to-goodness detailed update on the progress of this book. In today's video, we're going to look at 2 examples of iconic comic books that disprove the nonsense that in comics, it must take years to complete because good art. Godzilla Color Special number 1 from Dark Horse Comics in 1992, and Spawn number 1, also from 1992. But first, a quick promo. Please hit that like and subscribe button for more content like this. And if you're in the market for indie comics, please check out RoadWarriorDrake.com, where you can get copies of my 2 graphic novels, Street Champion Road Warrior Drake and Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake, in hardcover, paperback, and yes, manga versions. If you've been following my channel all these years, one thing that'll become apparent is that I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I've done toy reviews going back to 2011, and in 2020 I did a review of NECA's Godzilla 1989 Bio Goji figure, which is my second favorite Godzilla design next to the King Goji design from 1962's King Kong vs. Godzilla. Both of these reviews of the NECA figures are on my channel. I mentioned the 1989 Bio Goji because this design, or perhaps the remodified version of it that appears in 1991's Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, was used in Art Adams' 1992 Godzilla Color Special number 1, published by Dark Horse Comics. There isn't definitive information available on how long it took to make the comic book and publish it in August of 1992, but here is what we do know from the timeline. In the comic industry, it usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks for scripting, then about 4 to 6 weeks for penciling, and 2 to 3 weeks for inking, and another few weeks for coloring. Art Adams himself did not ink the color special. He only did the interior pencils as well as the writing. Based on these numbers, it's safe to say that the Godzilla Color Special may have taken about 4 months to complete before it was published in August of 1992. This is a 40-page book. In contrast, Manny Summers' Gemshock, featuring a Dale Keown Pitt variant cover, despite Pitt not appearing in the book, crowdfunded in 2022. It is meant to be a 52-page book that was supposed to ship in November of 2022. As of this video, May 2025, it has not. And like Ethan Cyberfrog campaigns, the comments section for Gemshock are rife with dissatisfied customers asking for refunds. One can look at Art Adams' Godzilla Color Special number 1 and see the meticulous detail in the art. Godzilla is drawn very accurately to his portrayal in Godzilla vs. Biollante and Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. No one will look at this book and say that the art is subpar. Many of Art Adams' fans would say this is on par with his best works. Yet this book was written, penciled, inked, colored, and published all within the same year. Spawn number 1 was published in June of 1992. The creation of former Marvel Comics artist Todd McFarlane, Spawn would help make Image Comics a household name. We're not going to cover the creation of the character itself, as McFarlane was 16 when he created Spawn. Many famous comic book characters have taken years to be fully conceived, but we're not talking about the conception of the character. We're talking about how long it took to produce the comic. Just like with the Godzilla Color Special number 1, there isn't a definitive record of how long it took to pencil, ink, color, and publish this comic book. But here is what we can verify. Tom McFarlane's final contribution to Marvel was Spider-Man number 16 from November of 1991. Creative differences between himself and editor Danny Figueroa led to his departure from the company. Along with Eric Larson, Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, Will Portacio, Mark Silvestri, and Jim Valentino, McFarlane helped found Image Comics, with Liefeld's Youngblood number 1 being the first Image comic published in April of 1992. Spawn number 1 will be released 2 months later. It was 23 pages, a standard floppy. Still, based on the timeline of events, the time from which McFarlane left Marvel to him publishing his creator-owned comic was a span of 7 months. All available records and accounts show that McFarlane didn't begin work on Spawn number 1 until Image was officially founded. So it's possible he met the industry standard timeline of 4 to 6 months working on Spawn number 1. 6 issues of Spawn were released in 1992, totaling about 120 pages approximately, meaning 6 issues, 120 plus pages, were written, drawn, and published in a 6-month time span. McFarlane's art drew a huge fan base, which no doubt propelled the success of Image Comics as well as the popularity of Spawn. His art does have its critiques, especially by those who took issue with his anatomy. But the market spoke, and McFarlane was rewarded with a long career in comics, and Spawn was given his own stamp in comics legend. The books that I spotlighted as examples of good art and timely publication are just 2 of the many thousands of books that match these accomplishments. When someone pushes the "good art takes time" excuse for why a 50-plus page book is inexplicably taking years to make, trust your instinct. You're not wrong for being confused. Granted, there can be circumstances for where years in making a comic can be a viable excuse, whether it be hiring and firing an art team, or a failure to meet the financial requirements to publish your book. But when you're a man of means and can easily publish your book within a year, taking years to get it out there is just embarrassing. Thank you for watching, and please leave your thoughts in the comments section below and tell me what you thought of the information presented in this video. What other examples of books can you think of with good or celebrated art that were published in a timely manner?